Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today is one of the most auspicious days in the world, in our life. Why? Today is glorious Ram Navami, the glorious Advent day of Prabhu, Lord Ramachandra, a very glorious, noble, merciful, at the same time, very powerful Lord. So today, being from this Hapaniya Dham temple, the divine appearance place, divine birth site of Srila Guru Maharaj, on this most auspicious day, I just spontaneously felt like speaking some glories of divine Lord Ramachandra, most noble Lord Ramachandra. So, you all know, this day is known as Rama Navami. Okay? Today whole India, especially the Ajodhya Dham, is full of joyful festivals, blissful festivity, all around, all over, everywhere. We can hear, we can see, hear, feel. While I say something, please. Prabhu Ramachandra. Jai Prabhu Ramachandra. All glories to Sri Rama Navami. So today, all around India, all over India, especially in Ajodhya Dham, we can, in many places, we can feel into the singing of the glories of Lord Ramachandra. Everywhere. Joyful, delightful mood of festivals all around. Most naturally. Who is Lord Rama? Who is none different from Supreme Lord Krishna, we all know. I repeat, Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of the Godhead, who is none different from Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Chandra. Krishna Tattva, Rama Tattva, we all know. They are same. There is no difference by the nature of Tattva. It's different manifestations of their Leela, of their Rupa, form, Leela, their activities. Okay. Krishna Leela, Lord Ramachandra Leela, Gaura Leela, they are all interconnected, interrelated, with different taste of different rasas, different blissful pastimes, okay, different divine pastimes on different time, place, situations. So, today is the most holy appearance of that noble, most powerful, at the same time most merciful Lord Ramachandra. One who is characterized to be the epitome of benevolent emperorship, most benevolent, merciful dictatorship. We often talk about democracy, socialism, communism, different kind of political systems, structures. But the high class, most intelligent sadhus know that the political system, that of noble dictatorship, very benevolent, loving dictatorship, is the ideal one. That's the ideal, most ideal political system should be implemented in this world, which can bring so much good, so much higher goods and benefits, materially and spiritually, to the whole world, to the whole world, the whole mankind, to everyone's life. Okay. But alas, it's so rare to happen on this mundane plane, that of noble, benevolent, divine kind of dictatorship. Lord Ramachandra was the epitome of that most noble, benevolent, okay, royal personality dictatorship. We all know that he has been known, most respectfully known, as the Marjada Purushottama Bhagava. Purushottama means one who is best among the men, best of all men, best of all male identity. Also Purusha means something that of principal character, very prominent, most important. That's another aspect of the meaning of Purusha. Someone with great prominent qualities, someone with great prominence, great power, great qualification, noble qualification. Another, someone with just greatness, glory of power, beauty. Okay? Kindness. Ocean of great qualities. So, Purusha. Sometimes we call Purusha Sukta Mantram. Supreme Lord is called by other name as Purushottama or Maha Purusha. So here the term Purusha does not only mean male form, but also it means something that of principal nature, prominence. Noble power, noble qualities. And Lord Rama is called as Purushottama, the best among those, what I have just explained. The best manifestation of the Purusha, accompanied by Maryada. Maryada means high honor, high dignity. Lord Rama was that kind of Purushottama Bhagavan who was of great honor, who was of very high honor, respect and dignity in his lifestyle, in all his life activities, life nature, with qualities of Supreme Personality of God. Not just godly qualities, but the direct qualifications of Supreme God. Therefore, he is called as Maryada Purushottama Bhagavan. This is what is Lord Ramachandra. Lord, in other words, Lord of highest nobility, dignity, honor of words, honor of character, great, glorious character, principles. That is Maryada Purushottama. So today is the most holy appearance day of that Maryada Purushottama Bhagavan Ramachandra. I just spontaneously felt like speaking some glories of that most merciful, noble Lord. The very meaning of the word Rama is connected with Ramana, pleasure giving. That which brings to our mind, heart and soul great divine pleasure, divine bliss, which entertains, fills our heart and soul with great divine joy. of his own contact by blessing us with his own connection, divine connection, association. That is Rama. Rama means Ramana. Plunges our heart, inundates our heart and soul with Ramanam quality, divine bliss and pleasure. As soon as we can come and feel into the divine nature, divine connection of that Lord. In other words, as soon as we come in close contact of that Lord, close connection, what to speak more of intimate connection with that noble, beautiful, powerful Lord Rama, our heart and soul becomes inundated, captured with divine pleasure, divine bliss, which is emanating from his own life, own character, own lila. Therefore, Rama, Balarama, Krishna's elder brother, Lord Rama, both are non-different, inseparable from Lord Krishna. And in that way also, in relation to Supreme Lord Krishna, the infinite ocean of all beauty and pleasure, Lord Rama, also infinite ocean of all divine pleasure and bliss. Bliss with power and beauty. That is Rama. This quality also found in Balarama's character. Also, so much, in full-fledged way in Lord Rama's character. Ramachandra is not just called as Rama, Ramachandra. His divine character, his divine nature, divine personality, all are so beautiful like full moon. So much beautiful and effulgent like full moon in the spiritual sky. Therefore, he is called as not just Lord Rama, Ramachandra. Divinely beautiful Lord Rama, characterized with full moon like beauty, full moon's beauty, divinely full moon's beauty, effulgence, glory. And it is our deep prayer, sublime prayer to that merciful, noble Lord. Let that beauty, let that effulgence, divine effulgence of his full moon character beautify our life and soul, our heart and soul. May our heart and soul be blessed with that divine beauty and effulgence of Lord Rama, while engaging us in his devotional service, devotional love services. Oh Lord Rama, that is our heartfelt prayer to your lotus feet. To your lotus feet. Today I am trying to speak some glories of Lord Rama. Now, being in the birthplace, holy birthplace my Guru Maharaj, Hapaniya. It also reminds me, my Guru Maharaj has also been a great devotee, a devoted lover of Lord Rama all through his life, specifically from his childhood. In his childhood days, youthful days, primarily he was such a great devotee, a great lover of Lord Rama, Ramachandra, from the beginning, in his childhood, all through his youthful days, and even thereafter. And therefore, it's one of the reasons he was given that name by his parents, Ramendra Chandra Bhattacharya. That name was given by his parents upon understanding, so Guru Maharaj, upon understanding or feeling, some way mystically feeling into that character, that nature of Srila Guru Maharaj. Otherwise, Guru Maharaj has some mystical ways of deep relationship with Lord Ramachandra. So mystically feeling into that truth, his parents gave Guru Maharaj, child Guru Maharaj, that name of Ramendra Chandra. Also, this is also a truth. Guru Maharaj's mother also greatly wished, offered some prayer to Lord Rama, Srila Ramachandra. To have a son blessed by Lord Rama. So that was also in her mind. So Guru Maharaj was blessed with that name, beautiful name, Ramendra Chandra. Ramendra can also be called as another name of Lord Rama. Ramachandra or Ramendra Chandra, they are almost same. Also carrying very similar meanings, same meanings. So, instead of Ramachandra, they gave him another name, Ramendra Chandra. And that name was proven in reality as during the upbringing of Srila Guru Maharaj, because the child Ramendra Chandra was so spontaneously loving, devoted to Lord Rama. I have heard whenever he saw Ramachandra's picture, child Ramendra would go, would run and grab that picture, touch that picture to express his spontaneous love, spontaneous liking and love for Ramachandra, seeing the portrait. Just upon seeing the portrait of Ramachandra, Srila Ramachandra, parents noticed it, enjoyed that. So today, in his divine birth site, I am being engaged in chanting the glory, singing the glory of Lord Rama. So that will be fine. He is known to be Marjada Purushottama Bhagavanam. Also, you need to understand that the Leela happened. The Leela of Ramachandra happened in such a way so that in order to teach the whole world, not only devotees, the whole world, whole world's people, about the high level of ethics, ideals, royal duties, love and affection for one and all, kindness, noble forgiveness, holy sacrifice, principle of holy sacrifices of life, one's own dedication, into the service to the Lord, and in relation to the Lord, dedication for doing good to others in a selfless way. Principles, to teach the principles of high nobility, mercifulness, accompanied by great power and strength, no weakness. That is Lord Ramachandra. That's what he taught the whole world. Besides, the esoteric gift, the real, invaluable gifts he presented. What was that? That was his blessings on us to have entrance into the world of his beautiful pastimes, of his beautiful, most honorable, dignified pastimes, and thereby giving us some chances, blessed chances to engage in his devotional services, to be connected with him closely in love and devotion. That was the innermost gift, real invaluable gift we received from the mercy of Lord Ramachandra. And we have to understand, although we see so much fighting and war between Lord Rama and Ravana, but these are all like dramatic play, on the superficial level of the mundane existence. On this earthly level, all those war activities took place like a drama, big drama, not according to the eternal, divine, realistic nature, not according to the divine nature, eternal nature of Ramachandra. But these all just happen only on the mundane surface in order to teach us, educate us in a certain way about our higher lifestyle, higher respectable life of dignity and glory, filled with doing good to your own self and also doing good to others, bringing so much good to others. Lord Rama was the epitome of all such truth. So, back to the point. What ability, what qualification or capacity or ability Ravana had even to touch Sita Devi. Sita Devi is none other than Lakshmi Tattva. Ravana was simply nothing before Supreme Goddess Sita Devi. In comparison with power and capability, strength, Ravana was simply nothing. If Sita Devi would have wished a little bit to destroy Ravana, Ravana would just be destroyed in a moment. That is Sita Devi's tattva. But in order to create some scopes of the glories of Lord Rama, glorification of Lord Rama, to glorify the great Leela of Lord Ramachandra. All this took place on this plane of mundane existence, mundane world. Okay, to give us a great education, materially as well as spiritually, divinely. Material education as well as spiritual educations. So therefore, we have to understand all such war activities between Lord Rama and Ravana, Ravana Juddha, like a big drama. All these not really present in the eternal Leela of Lord Rama or Sita Ramachandra. Only takes place, only took place on this earthly level. Another mystical fact that Lord Rama's life and precept were already recorded before his official birth, before he was officially born. It's full of divinely mystical truths, all these you have to understand. That alone says the truth of Lord Rama's life and Leela is transcendental, is of transcendental character. Okay. So, and we find, we saw how Ramachandra reacted upon Ravana stole away Sita Devi, how he reacted. He did not keep quiet. There is no such question. He declared war against Ravana, the personification of evil, power, and defeated him, conquered that world, rescued Sita Devi. And on the way of doing all this, he taught the worldly lives about how to deal with the things of our life based on high moral grounds, high principles, higher human principles. So, Lord Rama declared war against Ravana in order to do his duty, inevitable duty towards Sita Devi as her husband, as a duty, as a part of his royal duty, as well as the part of his Bhubhar Harana activity, freeing the Mother Earth from the great burden of the sinful persons like Ravana. Okay? In other words, he just wanted to take away the great burden on the Mother Earth caused by the sinful activities of Ravana and others like him. So that is also a great responsibility and duty of the Supreme Lord throughout the ages. It might not happen every time, but on certain specific time, place, and situations, in the infinite time, in the yugas, infinite flow of time, it happens. It happens at the right time. When it is the real time for the Supreme Lord to incarnate on this world, to save the good against the evil, to save the good people, saintly people, and to destroy the evil. Shishter palam, dushter damana. We find the application, manifestation of that duty, principles, so much in the life of Ramachandra. Principle of Shishter Palana, taking care of all the good, taking care of all the good people, everything good, and Dushter Damana, subduing, defeating the evil power to protect the good, take care of the good. So, because of all such noble qualities, beauty, characteristics, Lord Ramachandra has been worshipped throughout the ages, not only by his devotees, not only by his devoted lovers, but also by many, many intelligent people, greatly, fortunately intelligent people, pious people, greatly honest, religious people, truthful and religious people throughout the ages. In the eternal divine pastimes of Lord Srila Ramachandra, there is no such war activity that took place between Ramachandra and Ravana on this earthly plane. Never such type of war activities found on the plane of the eternal Lila. There everything is so auspicious, benedicting, beautiful, righteous, blissful from their original quarter. And today, if we don't speak about the glory of Hanumanaji and Lakshmanaji, then the glorification about Lord Rama would also remain incomplete. Look into the character of Bajrangbali, Hanumanji. In one hand, such a great devotee, such a great loyal devotee of Ramachandra, so nice, loving, that of noble character. On the other hand, full of power, full of views, almost unlimited strength and power. Blessed because of the blessings, empowerment of Ramachandra in his life. Because of the special empowerment of Lord Ramachandra for him. In one hand, so much loyally devoted, so sweet, full of love for Ramachandra and full of so much kindness and affection for all devotees of Lord Rama and one and all, except for the evils, except for the sinners. On the other hand, the personification of so much strength and power, so much so, he himself alone could have defeated Ravana. Even Lord Rama, Lakshmana are not required to defeat Ravana. Hanumanji himself was good enough with that. But he didn't want to do that. In order to keep some scope of the manifestation of glories, discovering of the glories, heroic glories, noble glories of Lord Rama. Also Lakshmana. Hanumanji. on a big part of the whole India, many people have that strong belief. If they every day engage in glorification of Bajrangbali, Hanumanji, or inauspiciousness, evil things will simply go away from their lives. Evil things will be destroyed by the chanting of the holy names and glories of Bajrangbali, Hanumanji. And they would directly achieve the blessings of Lord Rama. So by the power of the blessings of Hanumanji, Lord Rama, the evil things, all inauspiciousness will be destroyed. Hanumanji. Or to speak more of Lakshmanaji or Sita Devi. Lakshmana Devji is another top epitome of the dedicated service, highest loyalty, devotion, dedicated love towards his elder brother Ramachandra, dedicated loving service. But to speak more of Sita Devi, she is in fact another expansion of Lord Rama, she form of Lord Rama. By tattvic nature, by the nature of tattva, she is none different from Srimati Radharani. In other words, she is none other than Srimati Radha Thakurani. Lakshmi Tattva, Srimati Radha Thakurani is the original goddess, is the origin of all beautiful Lakshmi Tattva. So therefore, Goddess Sita is none other than Srimati Radha Thakurani in Krishna Lila. Direct expansion, manifestation of Srimati Radharani in Ramachandra Lila. Gaur Hari Bol. Supreme God, Supreme Goddess. But Krishna, Srimati Radharani, Supreme God and Supreme Goddess, in non-difference, Lord Rama and Sita Devi, also Supreme God and Supreme Goddess. Lord Krishna also gave darshana to Hanumanji in Dwaraka Lila as Lord Rama. Over there. It's beautiful, one of the beautiful pastimes of Lord Krishna in Dwaraka Lila. As soon as he heard, Hanuman was coming to have his darshana, have darshan of him. Then he immediately asked, Rukmini Devi to turn into Sita Devi, and she turned into Sita Devi. Lord Krishna, Dwarokesha Krishna was immediately transformed into Lord Rama. Rukmini Devi was transformed into Sita Devi. So when Hanumanji came to have darshana of Krishna and Rukmini Devi, he actually had the darshan of Ramachandra and Sita sitting on the throne of Dwaraka kingdom side by side. And Hanumanji became so very happy, so gladdened, overwhelmed with joy upon seeing his master and mistress, his divine master and mistress. Beautiful Leela. So, back to the point. Back to the point. The Leela of Ramachandra, all his heroic activities in the field of war can never be fully understood, really understood only by his external earthly aspects, earthly nature, but only by, mostly by the transcendental characteristics behind such Leela. Transcendental nature, educative, the transcendental nature of the great educations, benedictions, messages, divine messages, examples created all through the life pastime, Leela of Ramachandra. Sometimes the most unqualified people, we often see. Some of the very unqualified people simply, they wrongly venture to judge the character of Lord Ramachandra, Lord Rama's activities, just in ordinary, common way, mundane way. And they are totally misled. They all become totally misled by all that. They cannot understand the actual reality, the truth, higher truth, divine truth. Lord Rama Leela, Lord Rama's pastimes and his transcendental characteristics. How can they? Because those people are so limited with only their mundane concepts, mundane conceptions, and they simply try to impose that either on Radha Krishna Leela, Sri Ramachandra Leela, Ram Ravana Leela, all these, and try to judge. So wrong. They receive such a wrong idea, misconception. There are many points to discuss in relationship. It will take time. Previously I also pointed out one of the points. Some people, ignorant people, try to judge Lord Rama's ways of decision in regard or treatment in relation to Sita Devi. I tell them, be careful. If you go forward, if you go ahead to wrongfully make bad comments, make wrong judgment, bad judgment about Ramachandra, criticize him in order to favor Sita Devi, by taking her side, favor her, Sita Devi herself will become so angry with you. She herself will be so displeased and disgusted with you all. That you all have that audacity, you all have that kind of arrogance to blaspheme, to blame, to denounce her divine husband, Ramachandra, her glorious husband, most noble husband, Ramachandra. So Sita Devi will be very disgusted, offended in the very first place. If anybody tries to criticize Lord Rama's dealings with Sita Devi by taking side with Sita Devi. What Ramachandra did was the extreme example, selflessly extreme example of noble sacrifice. Even to that extent, sacrificing the interest of staying together with his beloved wife, Sita Devi, whom he loved unlimitedly, infinitely. And in her absence, he lived his life in acute pain of separation every moment. He cried and he lived his life in acute pain of separation from that divine wife, Sita Devi. But when something came up, something unfortunate came up in his kingdom, some of his subjects, unfortunate subjects, got involved in wrong criticisms, doubts about Sita Devi. Lord Rama again made another, I would say, cruel sacrifice. Oh, another inexplicable, most heavy, most painful sacrifice in his life, just to give a message to the subjects of his kingdom. I will try to do a justice. I will try to consider from a neutral stand. As a king, as an emperor, is situated in the stand of neutrality, not taking any side of his wife, not showing any kind of partiality, because Sita Devi was his wife. So he wanted to set that example before the whole world of the utmost sacrifice, highest painful sacrifice to the world, that a king, a noble king, makes so much painful sacrifice just to clear up doubt from the minds of the subjects of his kingdom, even some common subjects. A king values of the words of even some common subjects of his kingdom who are ordinary people and who were very wrong and very unfortunate, very ignorant. But still, Ramachandra gave the message. I also care. I do care even for that kind of subjects, even most ordinary. When they had some doubt, they made some criticism from a royal stand of duty, from the stand of neutral justice, royal justice. I cannot take the side of my wife. I cannot be partial. I have to clarify. I need to set an example, to do some justice from a neutral stand without being partial. Even though he knew his wife Sita Devi was very, very innocent, was completely faultless, of very, very pristine character, most holy, sacred character. And those subjects of his kingdom was very unfortunate, to raise some doubts about the character of Sita Devi, because she spent many days in Ravana's kingdom. So in spite of knowing the truth about Sita Devi, Lord Rama still made a painful sacrifice to show the stand, so his neutral stand of giving justice, being completely impartial. Who can make such painful sacrifice? He was such a noble king, noble emperor, because many of his poor subjects, many of not many, some. Some of the common subjects in his kingdom were living their life more in a poor way, very simple, plain way, without much facilities. So that was one of the reasons Lord Rama also decided to sleep on ground, to sleep on floor, without much mattress, comfortable mattress and all, just to give a message that I am such a king. I want to share the austere ways of the living of my subjects in my kingdom. Because if some of my subjects of my kingdom live in a very plain, simple way, austere way, I can also take it in my life sometimes. Because of his royal duties and royal responsibilities and royal standard, Lord Rama could not do that everyday life, like sleeping on the ground floor every day. But often he did that. Often he willingly, voluntarily accepted that kind of austere way of living in his life, when he was a very powerful king with lots of opulence and royal facilities. He chose to live that kind of simple life also. Also, besides that, he did all this tapasya. Lord Rama set the examples of living austere lifestyles, often in his life. Also to observe some holy vratam, holy vows, which contain some aspects of austerity, tapasya. So he did all those austerities for both reasons. For making sacrifice, setting a noble example, kind example of making sacrifice for his common subjects of his kingdom, as well as to observe the holy vratam, holy vows, which are full of tapasya, holy austerity. So, therefore, there is a saying all over India, in Indian, in our in-depth Indian culture, in-depth Indian saying. There is a famous saying called Ramo Rajatva. If we want to have kingdom, we want to see the kingdom under Ramachandra. In other words, we all want to live in the kingdom under a great noble king, emperor, Ramachandra. And everybody takes pride, big pride to say